Hi, I'm Hemnath. In behalf of our team, I'm going to explain our IBM project called Industry Specific Intelligent Fire Management System. First of all, we are going to see about what is fire management. Fire management is the process of planning, preventing, monitoring, and fighting fires to protect people, property, and the resource. It also involves the quick actions to control fire as well as the measures to put out fire in case of fire assaultment. And now we are going to see about the traditional fire management system. The traditional fire management system, it includes a sprinkler system that put out the fires, the alarm and light to warn the people inside the buildings. At all the process will not be automated. There are some problems with the traditional fire management system. It are not be actively monitored for any fire leakages or gas leakages. uh, you need an human intervention for specific tasks such as alerting admin or an authority. Cannot be monitored for false positive for records. Human can make mistakes that cause in human life. Not every process will also be automated. But we have one solution. The solution we called it as IoT. IoT explained as the Internet of the Things. The Internet of the Things is that describes as the network of physical objects that are embedded with the sensors and the softwares that are other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices on the system over the internet. This range from the ordinary household objects to the sophisticated industrial tools. By combining with the Internet of Things, it's called as IoT plus traditional fire management system, we can come up with an idea called smart fire management system. In our project, we are going to be using a walkie simulator to simulate our IoT device as well as some several devices. In this project, will be using ESP32 as our microcontroller and DHT22 as a temporary sensor. But there is no simulation for any gas sensors or flame sensor or flow sensor. So we will be using some randomly generated value for those sensors, which called gas sensors and flame sensors and flow sensors. Okay, now we are going to see about in Walkie. In Walkie, we will be having a microcontroller called ESP32 and our temporary sensor is DHT22, which is connected to our program, and this is our programming logic. But which runs on this device, it tells the microcontroller which gets to the sensor data as well as generate some random values for our sensors that are not available for the simulations. It also tells that to where to do our data for checking as false alarm, etc., as well as the sending the data to the cloud. And we can send our data and we can get some logical values, and we can see this is our logical value. Now let's see our simulation. Okay, our simulation process is started, and yeah, we got our simulation values, and now let's talk about where it will get our simulation process. The data will be going to the IBM Watson IoT platforms, and it is a self-hosted platform for IoT device where you can connect device and perform analytics on our data in real time. And this is our device, and it is connected to a simulation is running where you can see the device names, and we can see our recent events going on. Yeah, we can now see our recent events which is going on there. We can see the data are generated in our simulation. After this process which you can get, the data will be going to the Node-RED. Node-RED in Node-RED is a programming tool for wiring together our devices, and it acts as a backend for IoT devices, and we will store values in sensor-based as well as using packages called a Node-RED dashboard, which you can see there. We displaying it as a web UI, which you can see the interact with the physical IoT devices, which it also stores our sensor values collected from the cloud database. We can do our process and we can store some storage sensor values and we can take the data. Now let's see our database which is stored in the cloud and database. This is our database which value will be stored in the JSF file, and this is our the program which will be generated to our device which is connect. And now this is how this look like, this how everything with all the sensors which has been taken on in this dashboard will be created with the Node-RED, and which is an web app. You can user can monitor what is happening with our human environment which using in real time. Okay, as you can see, the gas sensors, flame sensors, and fan statuses, sprinkler statuses, and flow statuses, and you can see some values that are been randomly changing, and this is where can taken from the Node-RED values and something like that. Okay, now we can see the values which has been okay. We can turn it when whether fan is off or on, and we can make it using with the controller unit by using the 4-digit pin or any number. We can add it as a pin number, so we can manually turn it on the fan and the sprinkler to see the flow values, and you can see the value will be generated differently when you do that. Now let's see, we can send an alert messages also.